All right, welcome back. In a shocking ruling out of New Mexico in the Muslim extremist case after charges are dismissed, allowing 3 of the 5 suspects here to walk free.
How can this happen if prosecutors had hard evidence that a terror plot was already underway?
Here now to weigh in is national security analyst Ryan Mauro, who's been helping investigators in this case. He's got a lot of good insight into this. Ryan, this surprises a lot of people.
It's surprising, and they basically got off on a technicality for the child abuse charges. The other charges would remain, but these child abuse charges, the hope is that would be enough to keep them locked up. But because the prosecutors did not schedule a preliminary hearing within 10 days of initially taking them into custody, which is the deadline that they had to work within, they got off on the technicality. And so there is a lot of blame going around, and people are just very justifiably disappointed in this, but it actually does not appear to be the judge's fault. This would be the fault of the state in this case.
Okay, but now what? You know, does it put the public at risk, their safety at risk? Like, these are 3 people who were facing serious charges, serious allegations against them, and now they're mixed in with the public.
Right. So now we go back to the initial insane ruling by the other judge that said that they could get out on a signature bond, meaning you can sign a piece of paper, promise to show up for trial, and then if you don't show up, there's a $20,000 essentially a penalty, but you can be on house arrest with an ankle bracelet and check in once a week with the guy supervising you. And so that's back to where we are now. And it is frightening. I mean, these 3 individuals, the 3 of the 5 that were leading the compound, are very dangerous. And at this moment, they have the maximum incentive to try to flee, even if they're under house arrest, or to try to carry out an attack and die, because they don't want to go to jail. If you're a jihadist, you want to die as a martyr, and they know that if they go to trial, they're going to get convicted and they're going to be locked up. So for them, the choice is try to flee or try to carry out an attack.
Ryan, just to clarify, all charges against these 3 are off the table, or just the child abuse charges?
No.
Are there others they're expecting?
It's just the child abuse charges. There's always the chance that additional charges can be brought in if they find evidence of money laundering or identity fraud or things like that.
Do you expect more charges to be brought? I mean, they were planning a lot more than there was a lot more here than just child abuse. There was the planning of a terrorist attack. There's a kid that died. Do you expect new charges to be brought?
They're certainly going to be looking at any possible way to do that. We do know that the district attorney's office said that they are going to appeal that initial insane ruling where the defendants were given that signature bond so that they could essentially go free and be on house arrest, as if that's some type of secure measure. Yeah. You can always rip off the ankle bracelet, and people have escaped from house arrest before and gone missing for years. So even though I understand why public officials are saying, please don't panic, people that are upset and worried about this have every good reason to be upset about it. And the big question for me, though, is who's housing them? Because the compound they're at was destroyed. And according to the regulations on their house arrest, they have to be in a place within the county in suitable living conditions. So where is that? There is someone from the local Muslim community. He said he was trying to find a home for some of these defendants so that they could have a place to come to and not be locked up. And he actually said that he was looking to find a church to put some of them at. I highly doubt he'll succeed in that endeavor.
Well,
strange story.
Yeah.
All right.
Ryan. Thanks, Ryan. 17 minutes after.